Hey everybody, welcome to another round of Canje Unboxes. So let's skip over some. Okay, so welcome into it. Welcome to another round of Canje Unboxes, and today we're going to get into unboxing Descent: Legends of the Dark. I basically pre-ordered this game when it was first announced way many moons ago, and I was super stoked because I enjoyed Descent, right? But then a lot of the information that came out kind of said, this Descent is not like Descent Second Edition. It's more like Lord of the Rings and Mansions of Madness. I mean, they're all app driven, so I guess it's the same to me. There were some things about the how this release was handled, how this information was like the information was conveyed to the community that I'm not a fan of. I think as a big name company it should have been handled differently. But it's a board game for a community. We roll with the punches as a community, and if the game's good in a year, it won't matter how they release the thing if the game's good, right? If the game's good. If it's not good, then the people like the community, the part of the community on the internet that is very harsh towards anyone making a slight mistake is going to roll right over this game like a wave. But I don't know. I'm willing to give it a shot and see how it is. This stream here that is live is for my Patreons only, just to show them appreciation, because all unboxings and side stuff besides gameplay is live for them. But I will be releasing the stream tomorrow to YouTube at large, so they can enjoy it as well. It's just kind of having a good time with the live stream. Okay, so we're going to get some information. We're going to get to the unbox, which the box is over here. I'm actually putting my hand on it. You can't see off to the side, and we'll open things up and see what they look like. Let's get some information. Oh, before we start, I just want to give huge shout out to my Patreons. Thank you so much for being awesome, being there, and enjoying, hanging out with me, coming to the table every time I play 3 times a week. So thank you so much. Thank you to my YouTube subscribers who'll be watching this later. I appreciate you as well. The milestone is in reach because of you, so I appreciate it so much. Okay, info. We want info. Descent: Legends of the Dark came out 2021. You see that 6? When I set that last night, it was at like a 5.8. The reason why it's so low, and this is just my opinion, right? The reason why it's so low is I think because people expected a lot more of the information or game or a different style of gameplay through, or the golden sunshine that comes with not content creators, but IP major board game companies that come, and the fanfare that comes with their release, right? Fantasy Flight Games is a huge company. They push out stuff like Arkham Horror that they're well known for, Marvel Champions that they're known for, Mansions of Madness, Descent Second Edition, Descent First Edition, Imperial Assault. They just crank out stuff that people enjoy, different groups in the community enjoy. And this release was like, it was given that preview of Descent: Legends in the Dark, and everybody got hyped, right? They got on the hype train and they were super hyped for it. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, pull the chair. So they got on the hype train to want to know more, and then the information came out in spits and sputters, and then gameplay, like the stuff that Fantasy Flight or Asmodee released around this game, just wasn't handled well. It was. Now, I'm not saying it should have been. I think for starter game developers who are just getting into the hobby or been in it for just a couple of years, it's good. For someone who's been in it for longer than I've been board gaming, which isn't saying much, but probably over a decade, they can handle stuff a little bit differently, and it wasn't. So people got punchy, and they rated the game down 339 ratings. The game came out yesterday. The app dropped yesterday, so that tells you that a lot of people put comments and chewed down ratings because they were just kind of pissed on how it was handled. It's not fair. I think right now, Descent, if it's a good game, will have to combat against that 339 rating. They'll have to combat against that. Hopefully, the people who got kind of angry about it will, you know, woosah and play the game, and if they enjoy it, they'll change their rating. Otherwise, it's at a 6 right now. It's probably going to go up. I don't know. It's probably going to go up and see how things are, but we'll see. I don't think I'm not ready to rate it. I'm not going to give it any rate. I haven't played the game yet. I need to play a couple sessions before I say, hey, I like this, or hey, I don't like this for these reasons. So I'm gonna, I'm not part of that 339. I'm just kind of the let me play it, let me see what it's like, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. It just came out yesterday, so Kara and Nathan, well, let's check out your wonderful gift and let's see how it plays. The artists are probably a group. I don't know why they always do this with Fantasy Flight with the NA. It's a large group of artists that we want to thank for their hard work, and is published by Fantasy Flight / Asmodee. One of the 4 players, but we don't know what's the best yet. Game dropped yesterday. 120 minutes to 180 minutes playtime. We'll see. And on a 14 plus, and then the weight's about a 3.25, kind of average for a Fantasy Flight game. So let's kind of leave our. I do have opinions about things I've seen that I'm going to express on the stream, but I think they're valid. But you can tell me if I'm being like too nitpicky. All right, so let's kind of take a step back, leave our thoughts about if the game's good or not, because we haven't played it yet, at the door, and let's pop this open and see what it looks like. Okay, let's move the box over. So this is the box that came in. As you can see from this camera, it's like, it's pretty up there. It's a pretty big box. And yeah, you don't get to see where I live. So let's go ahead and pop it open. And I had this sitting on my desk and it was calling to me the whole time, but I was like, nope, my patrons and I are going to open this together. So I haven't even touched it. Alrighty. Ooh, it has my address on it. That's how I look for. Oh, it has my old address on it. Oh, I'm good. Okay. So, this goes all the way down to the bottom. I thought there was like more things than this in it. Rid of this. And this is the board game. See my light that's on that I probably should have turned off, but it's just the glare on it. But it's a pretty big box. It's a pretty big box. All right, let's get that glare off of it from it sitting right there for my overhead lamp by getting this plastic. That glare will go right away. I just keep forgetting to turn that light off. Okay. It's like a like the new board game smell, the new car smell. Alright. Massive amounts of plastic in this bad boy. And so this game is supposed to be like you gotta put stuff together, right? So I'll flip it over again. We can see. Oop, turn it this way. Your legend begins. The realm's oldest enemies has returned, and the stage is set for the next great confrontation between Terrinoth and the forces of darkness in Descent: Legends of the Dark, the definitive dungeon-crawling board game for 1 to 4 players. With a fully integrated companion app as your guide, you're invited to embark on the first part of the campaign that stretches across the Enchanted Land, exploring dark forests and ancient battlegrounds as you confront the undead lurking behind a veil mist, demonic barbarians stalking the wilds, and more. Ooh, are you blurring? Throughout these trials, you will develop your skills to meet greater challenges, craft new weapons and armor to aid you, and gain the power that will stretch beyond this box into future adventures. Terrinoth is in peril. Forge your own legend in Descent: Legends in the Dark. Alright. So, go ahead and... Alright, so we've got a learn to play book, a lore guide that is super thin. Oh, it just talks about the races. So it just talks about the races of like the three. It's like backstory: humans, elves, dwarves, catfolk, and dragon hybrids. And it shows you the lands of Forthyn, not Fifthyn, Forthyn. 6 would be right out. We've got how to put the stuff together. So this is how we put everything together. Little manual. The realms of Terrinoth. Continue your adventures and explore the realms of Terrinoth. Your quest has just begun. Is it a book? It looks like it's a fantasy campaign setting. So I guess there's something going on there. These minis are amazing. And I need to turn that light off or else it's going to drive me crazy. 1 second. Yes, I'm going to get it. Okay. I had to shut that light off because it was getting on my nerves. Alright, so these minis look amazing. Oh, there are a lot of minis. More stuff. Okay, so let's put this over here. And let's take a look at some minis. That's what we're here for, right? Some minis. Wow, these look really good. Look at this guy. Look at him. Don't taste the mini. No, I'm not gonna do that. But that looks really, really good. Look, you see, like his leg is kind of shattered, and he's being held up by a shield. Even the ground has like texture on it. These minis are pretty amazing. Here are the heroes. Wow, heroes look pretty daggone cool. They probably should have put the elf in differently. Oh my gosh. I don't want to break him. Come on, let you go. There we go. Look at this. Oh yeah. Oh, Cynthia, we are so painting these. Like, come on, focus on my hand. Focus on my hand. Focus on my hand. There we go. Look at this guy. Look how good that looks. Even the detail on the quiver. Look at that. And these are pretty good minis. There's like a necromancer in here. I want to show all the heroes at least. Look at this one. The dwarf. Look at the runes on the shield, man. This looks amazing. The minis are top notch. These are really good quality minis, in my opinion. And I'm not a mini knower person, but man, this looks really good. Look at the detail on the helm. So, Cynthia, let Brian know we're gonna be painting these. They're gonna be fun. Got a lovely cat folk. Like even you see like the symbols right there. Yeah, it's a really high quality. Even the symbols there look really, really good. Look on the paw, the hand right here. Look at that. These look like the hero, so this is the dragon folk. Emma? There we go. Scepter. You can see even some stuff on there. But wait till you see this guy. That's like a necromancer. that a bird? That's a bird. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I thought he was a necromancer, but he's a mage. So that flame, it's flame flying up until you see like this eagle right here. And so he must be summoning it. Look at the look on his face. It's just so detailed. Oh yeah. I'm gonna enjoy painting these. It's gonna be fun. So that's like some of them. Let's see if we can find bad guy. Good looking bad guy. I mean, look at the base things. These are just wolves. Look at these wolves. Look at the face and the teeth. This looks amazing. It feels good too. It doesn't feel like cheap plastic. This must be the hips plastic. If this is the hips plastic, Oathsworn's gonna be amazing. Look at this. The ground's already textured, so it's just, you know, you want to color them in, which is fantastic. I have, I don't even remember how this. The detail. Look at this. The tail's all like pushed out. Is that a wing? I don't even know. Shield? Looks like it's a wing. It's a wing. Oh, they're flying creatures. You can see the screaming on the face. This is good. Good stuff. Then we've got. This looks like the big bad guy in his 3 poses. He has him. Got to push down for this, so he'll like go in there, and then he's got his wings that goes on his back. So we can at least look at his face. Oh, yeah, it is almost worth buying it. Well, it is worth buying it just for the minis alone. Imagine these minis in like a D&D campaign, right? So this is the big bad guy. So he has a pedestal, and that's what this thing kind of pushes into. And then if you flip him over, he's got this opening for 2 slots for his wings to go on, which are here. And these wings actually have texture. Like you can actually feel them. Look at these wings. Look at that. And they, all these things, they have texture. They're raised. You can feel them as they go. They have depth. Oh, this is going to be so much fun to paint. Alright. The minis. Top quality. Top quality minis. Then we've got... Looks like these are the board stuff to put together. I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to put them together on the side. I think Rob from Rob's Gaming Table had a stream yesterday that he did an impromptu stream yesterday where he might have put these together. I didn't want to spoil too much for myself, so I didn't see it all. But if you want to see them being put together, you can do that. I'm just going to kind of do that on the side, where there's 3D terrain, but they're all cardboard. So you just kind of like a tree. There's a 3D terrain tree, but you got to put it together with cardboard. And there it looks like there's a lot here. I'm going to pop these open. Actually, let me do that now so you can see what we got. I just won't be putting anything. I'll be putting things together off stream, so you know you can. Right. So we've got, oh, almost pushed it out. So it looks like we've got some land area for people to walk on. And you see these 2 together, they probably come together to make the tower. Some more. Oh, some outside area too. So this, if you're asking kind of like what's the quality of this, it's typical cardboard. There's nothing special about it. Like on Madara where the cardboard is like thicker and there's this clear coat on it that, for water and stuff like that. This is just regular cardboard. Nothing grandiose about it. These look like the Lord of the Rings. There's something over there. Stop. Don't open that door. So different types of terrain. There'll be a lot of inside fighting from all the stone that we're seeing, but at least there's some outside stuff with this different terrain. And let me know if I'm moving too fast. I'm gonna get to the characters and see what they look like. And I'm sure you'll pause and go through this stuff. Oh, when they go together, they're really solid? Good. Good, good, good. Good to know, good to know. Yes. Here. So a lot of, and there's some doors, we're used to doors in Descent. So there's some doors. A lot of different things to put together. So this will take a little bit of time to put them together, but I'll get them together. Here are the health the dials, the health dials that you'll have. So four health dials. To follow these 15, 10 commandment. But 4 health dials for you. And then here are the trees that I'm talking about. So you put them all together, and it sounds like from what Cynthia's saying, because she saw them at the UK Expo, and she said that they're pretty solid. So I trust her, believe her. And here's that bone monster that you get to put together. So that's it. And fatigue token. That. Hey, they gave us some Descent sleeve packs. So we got some sleeve packs to use from Game Genic, which is good. We got some dice. Let's see some dice quality here. Oh, more than dice. These are for these are to put together the dials. The dice here, they're typical dice. They're embedded. They're not like painted on. So if the paint fades, at least you'll still see the symbol. So there's the dice. It looks like it's just a bunch of stars. The lowest number is 2. There's a lightning bolt for a surge. You've seen that in Descent and Imperial Assault, stuff like that. So there's a D6. There's a D8. Here, there's an X there. I wonder, like, is there? Oh, look at that. 2 X's. I'm gonna get friendly with that. So there's X's and stars. Or is it pluses? Oh, it's pluses, not X's. Pluses. Whatever that means. And then there's a D12, I believe. What's really cool that I'm seeing here, though, and I don't know if you're seeing it, and if you're thinking the same thing, I'm not seeing any misses. So there's never a chance for you to miss. Like, I'm gonna do this attack. I rolled an X like you did in Descent, and you just completely whiffed the entire thing. I think there's just opportunities to hit or opportunities that you didn't hit hard enough, which is fine by me. Fine by me. So it looks like there's enough for 4 players. So every player will get their own set of these dice to roll. So it looks like you'll be rolling 3 dice while you play and probably just adding modifiers to it. So I am super excited for that. There is this stuff, which I don't know what this is. This is something. But I'll figure it out when I play. They're all different colors, but it looks like they got these little holes in them. So, you know how I find out how stuff is? What things are? What is that? Game components. They're called plastic ID markers, 4 of each color. So plastic ID markers. Oh, and this looks so much better than the PDF they put out, which I was gonna fuss about. This looks so much better. And I know one of my Discord friends that he was saying that it's compression that they did, but you're a big name company, you can work with compression. The book looks really good, and we'll find out what ID markers do at some. Okay, we've got character cards. I think those go in the bases of the minis. Oh, okay. Oh, to say grouping. They're groups. Ah, that makes sense. Let me see. Yep, they sure enough do. You're absolutely right, Cynthia. Look at that. Like, see, it got a block off for the square. So they're groups. They're for grouping. That makes sense. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him. He's got like an arrow sticking out of his leg. Walking around with these chewed up blades, this undead guy. So excited. So these are for groupings. That's what these are for. Okay. These ones, as you can see, I just took them out, and let me turn them so you can see they're already bent when they came in, because, you know, whatever. Who cares? Let's go from the back. We've got some terrain spaces. This must be like Journeys in... Oh, that's a spike trap. Like Journeys in Middle Earth, there's different things that go on, so... And they're double-sided. So water, spikes, lava, some type of swamp. Those look good. And then we got our heroes. We've got Bryn. 3 movement, 10 health. And then some modifiers. I guess a star adds +2. Maybe? I don't know. I gotta read about it. Fatigue. Light. So this is surges. Bryn can have heavy armor. And he's got outmaneuver. Like I said, when I do the first playthrough, I'll know what all this is and I'll explain it. There's a flip over side. That gives you 3. So this must be kind of like an exhausted. And the images are the same. And it says what type of dice you roll. So D6, D6. Varix. Too bad. And if you flip them over, 3 and 3, so Varix is still awesome. Chance, the rapper. Yeah, so they'll show the dice and the mods. I guess what you get whenever you roll. Cyrus and his bird of fire. I think that's gonna be so much fun. And it's double-sided, so I'll figure out what that means at some point. Kihel. Oh, sorry, Keely. 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 And Galadin. So those are our characters. We've got Bryn, Varix, Chance, Cyrus, Keely, and Galadin. I'll tell you one thing I like, and this is the thing that it's important to me, right? Other board gamers or people in the community will be like, I don't care. You can make them blue for all I care. But for me, representation feels good, right? Play a game, every hero's one, it's kind of like, okay, well, the game's fun and it's fun, but there's no representation. I like representation, and I know a lot of content creators steer away from it because it's such a topic that they feel uncomfortable talking about. I'm completely comfortable talking about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and all that stuff. And the one thing I like is that I like variance. I like inclusivity. The world isn't made of one hue, so that they show different things, and it's not just the off. Like a dragon could be the different color, and that could be your inclusion. No, come over here and you see there's some representation, and I don't know. I enjoy it. I'm thankful for it. I'm glad that they did that. So for people who don't want to talk about it, you should have a conversation. It bridges the gap and it makes people feel welcome. For people who are scared to talk about it or want to talk about it, I'm here. I'm all about the conversation. So don't shy away from that stuff. We are one community. We just want to play games, but we also want to feel included. All right, so what do we got? We got some curds. Got some curds and cards. These do stuff. Let's see what the back. So there's a hero turn card. It says during a turn you may perform 1 maneuver and 2 additional actions. So they give us 3 instead of 2 this time. I'm okay with that. So maneuver gain. So 1 maneuver and 2 additional actions. So maneuver to gain movement points equal to your speed. So you can move once and then do 2 things: explore, fight, ready, or unique action given by the card. And then these are what the dice rolls mean. Stars are successes, pluses are advantage. So plus, place 1 fatigue to add a success. Okay, so they're kind of like hostage negotiator style with the 2 card thing. And then surges resolve surge ability. And we've got hero conditions. You've got infection. When time passes, suffer 1 something for each infected card. Terror, 1 fatigue on each terrified card. Scare, that must be damage. When scared, card flips and suffer 2 damage. Prepare, during your turn, discard from a card to flip that card, and focus, discard to reroll 1 die. Enemy status, got some of that stuff in there. The app automatically calculates these effects. There's 4 of them for the 4-player. Are these double-sided? These are double-sided. Okay. What are these? Skills. So these are skills. Skill, but these aren't. So these are skills that your hero can get, and your hero's image is on the bottom. So if you look here at the bottom, Bryn, and this probably costs 2 fatigue to use or buy, probably to use. And 2 heroes within 3 spaces, you may each prepare 1 card. So this is kind of like, okay, all right, got it. This is kind of like Descent, where you do upgrades, and it says what it costs to play them. So there's Rallying Cry, Taunt, Bracing Presence. Actually, let me lower this camera down, because holding this up all the time is driving me crazy. Let me lower my camera. Come on down, come on down. There we go. You all can see a little bit better. Okay, so we've got like Rallying Cry, we've got Taunt, Bracing Present, Reprieve, and I'll just move through so people can pause later if they want to go back and look at what these are. Whirlwind, Inspiring Fighter, Coordination, and that's Bryn's skill upgrades. And they're 2-sided, because check this out. So there's Rallying Cry. It says, it looks like, I'm going to read that as Fantasy Flight's action. So 2 heroes within 3 spaces of your card can each prepare a card. But then when you flip it over, Battle Cry. 2 heroes within 3 spaces of you may each focus 2 cards, and it costs 2 fatigue. So, and it costs 1 XP to get Battle Cry, so, and Rallying Cry costs 1 as well. How these shape up, I'm not sure. I'll figure that out when I read the book. Then we've got Verix, who has 1 fatigue during your or another hero's attack. Doom the enemy. Doom. What does doom mean? Doom says, at the end of the round, only this status is removed. I'm assuming that has some significance. On the other side, their Fate's Embrace. Passing illness. After a hero discards a condition, they heal 1. Poultice. Greater Purpose. For a surge, add 2 success. Too bad. So he's kind of like the dot person, the damage over time or buff. Either hurts the enemy or helps the party. Encourage. Embolden. Reassurance. Resilient. Improved methodology. Kind words. Zealous fire. What's a... Oh, add one. Fire breath. Okay, then we've got Chance, the rapper. Swap places with another hero within 5 spaces of you, then flip this card. You flip the card. Careful. 2 fatigue. During your defense, add 1 success. After this defense, shift 1. I wonder if I have to wonder if flanking is a thing in this game. Fury. During your attack, if the enemy is only... So this is basically the rogue. That's pretty cool. Slide a hand. After you roll, re-roll a die. This is definitely the rogue. Shifty. Distraction. During your another hero's turn, if you're adjacent to the enemy, another hero may shift 2. Hidden plan. And I'll go through these a little bit faster. Just so people who are interested, they can come back and watch it. Like, pause it later. And actually, probably won't go through all of them. I'll go through all of them when we play. When we play, I'll go through all of them. But basically, these are the skill upgrade cards. These look like conditions, possibly. Cautious. After you interact, if an enemy is within 4 space, you suffer because they got like little blood spatters on them. And these are 2-sided too. Okay, so there are minor injuries. So these are minor. And they all say minor at the top, right? All of them say minor. Well, cautious minor could turn into scarred major. After you interact, if an enemy is within 4 space of you, you suffer 2 fatigue and terrify 1 card. And notice, you know which one's worse because the blood spatters more. So it looks like the more damage you take or the more you go down, these cards flip. And that is not a good thing. Where was that? Hardened skin. Reduce your speed by 1. Your defense adds 1. And then the major of that is iron flesh. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. So that looks like skill cards and condition cards. Okay. I do know where it came from. It's 8 in the morning. Alright, what else we got? These looks like weapons. That's what these look like. So we got weapons. Or armor. So it looks like the defense. This is a heavy. So it's armor, it's heavy. During your or an adjacent hero's defense, add +1. Add one plus symbol. This looks like it has shielding that gives you 1 success, but we'll have to see. And everything is freaking double-sided. Everything. Doing your... So this is +2. So there's Moonforged Plate. Moonforged Plate. So we'll have to find out what it means, but there's a lot of armor. So we get to outfit our hero, kind of adding health where necessary, adding defense where necessary, adding abilities where necessary. So these are all... And then we've got consumables. During your turn, shift 2 and prepare 1 card. During your turn, you or an adjacent hero either heals 3 or discards 3 fatigue. So the Vigor Potion. Miasma Grenade. During your turn, daze and doom an enemy within... Oh, I see. So there's always an and doom. So if I daze it, with how doom works is if I daze a character and I doom them, the next round only doom falls off. Then the next round daze falls off. See? We're piecing this out slow. We're piecing this out slow. We got Antidote Potion. And these even are 2-sided, so we'll figure that out. Fire Grenade. Focus Potion. Warrior's Breath. Mage Dust. Rogue Sweat. What? And it can only, look at this one. It can only be used by Chance or Keeley. No one else can use it. Place your hero adjacent to another hero and flip up to 2 cards. Unlimited. Oh, sorry. That says limited. There's no UN on that. That says limited. I can read. Let's see. We've got Smoke Bomb. Ooh, I'm way off. Let's see a little bit better. Crimson Potion. During your turn, perform 1 additional action, then suffer 4 damage. Good trade-off. That's Galadin and Varric. Bryn and Keeley get a Guardian Potion. Then we got Endurance Potions, which is unique, and Mud Potion, which is unique. And it heals you for 4 instead of 3. So, armor, consumables. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything in here that's making me angry in terms of bits. Right? Everything looks good so far. Yeah. There's nothing on here where I'm like, oh, this is gross, this is wrong. No, everything looks good. Everything looks pretty decent so far. Mutation Potion, so this is more unique stuff. Invisibility Potion. Phoenix Ash Potion, Slayer Potion, which we'll find, and then we get into more gear. We've got trinkets that they can use that are everything's double-sided. Brew Baskets, Horn of Courage, Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious. Shadow Bracers, great with Shadow Armor. Stormbound Pendant. The Dead Man's Compass. After an enemy is defeated, if the heroes do not gain crafting materials, they gain a small amount of gold. I want the Dead Man's Compass. After you defeat an enemy, if it is the first time any hero with this trinket equipped defeats that enemy type, gain a unique recipe. Crafting. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a crafting system. I like that stuff. Okay, then after we get out of that, we get into the weapons. And I bet you these are double-sided. Yep. Okay, so Warden's Blade. This is for Bryn, as you can see Bryn's image on here. Sorry, Wing Blade. Diamond Blade. Ancestral Blade. Weighted Hammer. Avenging Hammer. Mjolnir. Marshall's Hammer. So then we have Varric's Ironthorn Warbell. I actually like the sound of that. So he has Warbells. Okay. Oh, he's got a spear. Another spear. Another spear. Then we go to Chance, who has Thorn-tipped Knives. I don't know what any of these mean. I know that says pierce, so we'll figure it out. Barb Knives. Shadowcut Knives. I'm assuming this is range. That's what I assume. I assume this is range, and this is how much damage it does if you hit. 2 fatigue. During your attack, if you have 3 or more stars, slow the enemy. Shadowclaw Gauntlets. Fanged Gauntlet. Disruptor Gauntlet. Then we go to Cyrus. Cyrus. So he's the caster. Skyborn. I wonder what that tag. Living. Oak Root. One Flameborn Quick. Staff. It's a crooked staff. He'll jilt you. Crystalline Staff. Evergreen. Then we have our. Oh no, this is Keeley. So Keeley's got. Keeley's what do you call that class? I forgot what you call that class. Not a range. She's not the ranger. She's the. I forgot what you call the class, but I know what she is. Dang it! It was if you played Not even that game's gone out of my head. There's a specific game that you played where you played with. You get to create your characters, and One of them used to be part of this group, and he wasn't a ranger. He was called something else. The game was. I gotta look it up. It's gonna bother me. The game was. They made a board game for it recently too. Like it hasn't delivered yet, but it's dang it. I got like 10 billion games in my Steam library. I'm not gonna remember what this game name. It's not Baldur's Gate. It's but the people who made Baldur's Gate 3 made this game. The people who made Baldur's Gate 3 made the game. What was the name of it? It's gonna bother me. Okay, first let's find out who made Baldur's Gate 3, and then it'll probably come to me. Baldur's Gate 3 was made by Larian Studios, who made Larian Studios, which made the game that I'm talking about called Divinity. Divinity. It's the name of the game was Divinity Original Sin 2. There was a guy who was on there that you met on the slave ship, who used to be part of like a special elite group. It's whatever he was. What is his name? Divinity Original Sin 2 character. Characters. Ifan. He was Ifan. It was Ifan bin Mez was the character. I'm just piecing this together as I go. Ifan's whatever Ifan was is what she is. Character information. What? I'm just kind of looking it up right now because I'm like, I have to know. I have to know. Someone will tell me. Someone will tell me. It's whatever. It's whoever. Whatever Ifan was, is what she is. He wasn't a ranger. He was like a. I forgot what the class is called, but that's what she is. Because she's got crossbows. She's got a war hammer. Like she's a fighter like that. So if anybody remembers, let me know. I can't remember what it was. And this is for Galadin, who has mirror blades, seer blades. Where's your bow, dude? And there it is, blood bow. So he's the ranger. So blood bow, black root bow, witch hazel bow, and then we've got runes. This is new. So runes are new. So we got the ice storm rune, two-sided, lightning strike rune, rune of blades. So, alright. Yeah, Cynthia, I enjoyed Divinity's on. If you haven't played Divinity Original Sin 2, you should. It is a lot of fun. Okay, then you're like, hey, oh, you're at the bottom of the box, and is there anything underneath? No, there's not. But this box actually is twofold. A box within a box. So when I put all that stuff together, like the terrain's going to go in here until somebody comes up with a better storage solution, right? Someone will, Broken Token or someone, E-Raptor or somebody's going to come up with one. But the items go in here, right? This is actually, you could you can lift this up if you want, but the 3D terrain goes in here. And then this gets all the other stuff, and it sits on top, this like so. And someone will come up with a solution. And because this box is so massively big, I'm assuming they're gearing themselves towards being able to hold a couple expansions, hopefully. If they do, that would be fantastic. Gotta fit these minis back in here, don't I? So let me have this to be straight. There. there, there, there. And this. I'll put those back on top because I gotta adjust that. We'll go here. Gotta go there. It's back on top here. And then we've got all of our books. So we've got the Learn to Play guide. And the thing that I was gonna rage on, but it was okay here, is this. Let me see if I captured the window. Yeah, here we go. Let me show you that. Let me make this bigger so I can show you why I was annoyed. All right. So this book is the PDF from the Fantasy Flight Games site. This is the PDF of the Learn to Play guide that I have right here in front of me. I'm at 100%. Look at the images on this. All right. Now, the thing that really got me, and I kind of went on a little tirade, and I'll zoom into this so you can see it. Maybe they made this better. Yeah, look at this. So the text scales. The text is crisp. Check out this image. And what they did was they went in and they edited the PDF to add the numbers in so you can read them. But look at the blurriness of this image. That's all they did. They like gave you a blank. They gave them a blank and they added in numbers to make the numbers clear, but the image itself is trash. And that bothered me. Like, look at this. I'm sorry. I'll get off my this tangent, but this is the thing that annoyed me yesterday when I was like, okay, well, let me do some Learn to Play. And then I saw stuff like this. What? Why? You are a AAA company that has an IP that people are used to and you release quality stuff. What happened here? Wayfarer, thank you, Cynthia. He's a wayfarer. Thank you. Yes, he is a wayfarer. That's what she is. She's a wayfarer. But this is, to me, this is unacceptable. I'm usually forgiving about stuff like this, and it may come across as maybe a little bit nitpicky, but come on. You are a company that's been around for a very long time. You've got decent funding. You've got people who know how to do web things or create a PDF. Take some pictures. Don't reuse pictures that compress terribly. Take some high quality stuff so that when they compress, they look good. Ugh, it's sloppy. That's all I'm saying. It's sloppy. The text itself, the text looks great. It lines itself up. It tells you who the heroes are. You can see things clearly no matter how you zoom in. And then you get the stuff like this. What the hell is this? I mean, really? It's, you want to convey as much as possible. I understand that there are tight timelines, but someone could proofread this and say, no, the compressions messed up the image. Can you fix that? Or can we get some more higher quality res images to put in here? This is not a good showing. This is not a good representation, especially when the text around it is clear and scalable. As a developer who also works with QA, this needs a QA department. Like, I'm going to show you this app, but look at this. Crisp, right? Look at that. What? So, anyway, I don't want to, like I said, that was my only complaint, and it had nothing to do with gameplay. It was, you release something, you are a AAA company. Come on. Okay, let's take a look at the app while we're here. Before anyway, that's my rant. That was my rant. I expect better. Ooh, and look, thing says Act 1 on it, so there's going to be more. I just expected more. That's all. I expected more than that. Okay, so let's look at the app real quick, and then we will get this one. And I'll blow this one up a little bit so you can see. And I'll even give you some music. They've got some music with it. That's pretty darn good. Turn it back on. So you get some music with it, right? I was just kind of messing with this when I opened it up. And I'll even close it. You can see what it looks like when it opens up. It's actually pretty interesting. So we'll open it up. Get Fantasy Flight Games. When I first opened it up, it did a download because there was an update. So it's doing like some updates that it needs to, or checking to see if there's any updates necessary. But I already went through that process. And then it loads up. And you get this really cool intro. Comes in. Zooms into the field. This looks good. This is where someone took a screenshot off of this and used it as that image. But look at this. It looks good. This is beautiful. I love this art. I think it looks really crisp. I think it looks really fantastic, right? And that's what they give you. It's just not putting your best foot forward with that. With that. So, but let's say we go. This is where I was in the menu options, where you have a glossary. The glossary breaks down abilities. So if you say, okay, well, what does advantage mean? They actually put a glossary in here and a search functionality, so I don't have to flip through the book at all if I don't need to. Fantabulous. And it's in alphabetical order. Thank you so much. It's in alpha-freaking-betical order. Thank you. Options. We've got invert Y, invert X for camera controls. We've got our music, sound effects, hero voices. Hobby, next, promos. I don't have them. I wish I did. They did not come with my pre-order, which is weird. But I'll have to find them somewhere. Then we'll go with new campaign. Enter your party name. This is the Canje Squad. That's not what my name will be when we're ready to go. We embark. So we've got Journey, Enemy Health, Lord. So this is Beginner, Standard, Heroic, and Warfare. So the enemies get a little bit crazier in Warfare. So this looks like Beginner, Standard, Hard, Death. That's what we're looking at. We'll go with Standard, because that's what we'll play in. Oh, the images kind of pop out. Oh, man. I like that a lot. Oh, you see on the anyway. The Uthuk Y'llan call upon the dark magic of the Yenfernil. The demons of that sinister realm require sacrifice, and blood pleases them most of all. Click D to continue.
The Uthuk Y'llan, Waiqar the Undying and his army of the undead, the Dragon Lords. 3 times has Terrinoth been brought to the brink of ruin, and 3 times have great heroes risen to save it. But those heroes are gone, and the evil has returned. The first of Terrinoth's 12 baronies has fallen to the Uthuk Y'llan. The council dispatched a great army to meet the threat, sending the Uthuk scattering. But what was a single enemy became 10,000, as impossible to fight as smoke, but still as deadly as fire. Once again, darkness gathers. Uthuk stalk the wilds, the undead muster in the north, and another old enemy gathers its strength as the baronies falter.
A small caravan has made camp along the road through the hanging woods. One group of travelers sits apart from the rest. Four figures stare into the flames of their campfire, each with their own thoughts. The fire crackles, the only sound in the summer. We nearly made it, Indris. Tomorrow we will be in Frostgate, and then we can send our letters to the Baronet. Does the bird ever talk back? She's a fire spirit. She doesn't talk, exactly. It's more of an empathetic. Why write the Baroness Why write to Baroness Adeline? Since the accident bonded me and Indris, well, we have to more or less wander and look for opportunities to learn more magic. I hope the Baroness Adeline will let me study her ailerons, those majestic birds Forthyn is so famous for. I think they might be magical too. What about the rest of you? What comes next once we reach Frostgate? It doesn't matter. It has to matter. Silence reigns for him. Or I could just guess. How about we play a guessing game? Alright. Bryn, it's Bryn, right? Let's see, I think. The group chooses. You were an hard mercenary. You're a runaway princess fleeing an arranged marriage. Bryn is a hard mercenary. You were a hard mercenary. You took only the jobs that align with your own moral code until you were betrayed. Now you're seeking vengeance, hot on the heels of your former captain. Vengeance isn't the marshal's way. We were trained to seek justice, which is a very different thing. But there aren't very many marshals anymore. The Uthuk attacked and nearly wiped us out before I completed my training. The Uthuk are a scourge on us all. I'm so sorry, Bryn. If you ever want to talk... Galladin, you're next. I think you're writing a travelogue. You're hunting the White Heart. You're hunting the White Heart, and you promised your family you wouldn't return until you found it, and asked it for a mystical boon. The White Heart? What sort of nonsense is this? Well, what the? Did you lose something to the Uthuk too? Is that how you lost your hearing? I lost my hearing in early adulthood, as is very common in my bloodline, and I don't care to answer any more questions. Reading everyone's lips by firelight is draining enough without dwelling on my past. Pastor and Varric, if you want to learn more of our past, it's their turn next. Lead me out of this. Oh, much too late, Varric. You're searching for something. Enough. My history is easy to guess. I did not tear my own wings to thread. The hybrid drags one talon across the tattered mass of scars along one arm, all that remains of their wing. Aww. As for who tore them and why, that information is private. I will not share it with chance-met traveling companions who happen to be escorting the same caravan. The Dragon Lord who attacked Hell, did you have anything to do with that? The time when all my kin served the Dragon Lords is long past. Some still do, but others have found a different path, a better path. I serve no dragon. Let's focus on the caravan. I saw lights through the trees, not too far away. A guard tower? One of the barony's watchtowers guarding the road north, yes. With them so close by, we should have an uneventful night. The caravan settles down for the night, merchants and holsters spreading out into surrounding woods for privacy and comfort. Surely with the watchtower close, they will be safe. Who will our heroes be? A quest requires 2 to 4, so when I play, we're going to be playing with 2. And players may choose a different arrangement of the heroes. I don't know who, so I'm just going to grab 2. I'll just grab Varric and...
We are thankful for the opportunity.
Oh.
Our struggle continues.
Oh, he selected me say stuff.
I'll show you what I can do.
And then we play the game. So I'm just going to kind of let you see this. I don't want to spoil it too much, so we'll stop there. This is just the intro. Okay, so we'll stop there. That's kind of, I've been running it off this iPad, sharing it to you so you can see. So we'll stop there and say this is good. And close that way down. And that is the unboxing of Descent, Legends of the Dark. Cool. So I'm going to be, and as you can see how big this thing is, right? I'm going to be streaming this game next Sunday. This Sunday I'll be playing Madara. I want to read the rulebook. I want to figure out how to play. I so that, you know, I get things as close to good as possible. But we will play this next Sunday. I'm probably gonna see if Brian and Cynthia have some time free so we can go through and paint some of these minis so they can get some paint on them. But right now, this is what we've got. So here we go. Okay, well, thank you for joining me for this wonderful unboxing. I have lots and lots of minis to paint, and we'll have some fun. So thank you so much, everybody. Well, see you next time. Insert comment here.